Hey everyone, hope you're doing well today. Do you have any children that you are trying to help them along the way to learn to read? Well, I definitely did. And on this side of it all, where mine are all reading, I wanted to go ahead and share with you some of the resources that we used and which one is the best that we have found for us. Some are common, and some we may not even be thinking of as our first choice. Join me as I show you what worked best for us to teach my child how to read. So, moms, reading is one of the greatest gifts that we can all have and maintain in our lives. It opens so many avenues for us. It helps us to be self-learners. It helps us to dig in, most importantly, into the Bible so that we can learn and grow closer to the Father. So, in order to get there, we often have to take those baby steps. And when we're homeschooling or just helping children that we may even know to get to that place of confidence and knowing what it is that they're seeing in that book, on that piece of paper, on that road sign, it can be a challenge to get there. It can be a struggle and a frustration. Well, we have definitely tried a few of the common and some uncommon reading programs, and I'm going to go ahead and show you some of those. So, one that I have actually done a series of videos on are the McGuffey Readers. These actually come from the 1800s. I'll show you I'll show you how they come. They come as a little box set here. I've just labeled some to make it easy as we progress through them. So they start from the primer and then they go all the way up, even beyond from into the elementary years to high school, and even some more advanced reading that even adults can enjoy and gain from. These were quite simple. They're not flashy. They look quite traditional. They were used in some traditional classrooms back in the 1800s, and they have been a great help to many before us. Let me just go ahead and open up one or two for you so that you can see what they look like. So this would be the primer. And as you look in here, it is going to be very, very simple in reading materials that get us from the very, very first stages. And then, of course, as you can see here, it is quite a big progression from that easy step and then onwards. So quite simple. And then I'm going to show you one in the middle so that you can see the progression. And this one was quite nice because it does have some moralistic views in it and stories, uplifting, not as, I would say, something that is as interesting maybe to the modern child, but yet still, honestly, many of the traditional books I really enjoy. They are not just fluff, they really touch some information, ideas, morals, and I just really enjoy those. So this was pretty good overall, and it did definitely put us in the right way forward, but it wasn't the final nail that really hit, the areas that we needed. But it was a good stepping stone. And then I'll show you that last one is quite a thicker book, as you can see. And it has really some depth to it, and the words are much smaller, of course, in print. And so it really helps you to progress from the first stages onwards through high school. So it can definitely be helpful to you if you want just simple and traditional resources that can get you through without all the fluff. And you can even use this beyond in some copy work, some easy writing, pulling from the stories, pulling from the words that can also be used to help with the handwriting. And stay tuned because I have a very interesting and new handwriting series that we're going to be trying out, and I'm excited to share coming up soon. So you can use the McGuffeys as a baseline reading prep series and even helpful with the handwriting because the stories are so simple and can be easily written down in your copy notebook or whatever resource you'd like to use to keep the handwriting in. So that was one of the first primary ones that we used, but didn't really hit it all the way across the park. Then this is another common one that many people have used and they find that it has really helped them. Another very simple one, taking you from very basics, learning the phonetics, learning the alphabets, giving you those 3-letter words, progressing onwards. Nice, simple cartoons in there that may be um, intriguing for some children. And then it has some markings under the words to help with pronunciation. So this can also be helpful, but again, for me and for my family, not the best choice for us that really got the engines roaring for us. So that's one common one that others may have used before. You may have also heard about alpha phonics. This one is also very simple and it actually takes you through as the teacher with this guide that you can obtain. This one can also be found actually online where you can print it out for free. And then it has also the student counterpart to it. Can be useful, but still wasn't the one that hit it for us. And then I'll show you one more that we use for a short period of time. This one is called Foundational Phonics. Another very traditional looking resource, very simple, has some very detailed but simple drawings, simple words. And then this one, which I liked, it does incorporate some handwriting in there too with the lessons so that you can also have the handwriting practice as you go along with the lessons. And it goes from all the alphabets through all the different common and specific phonetic sounds that a reader, an early reader, may be seeing and experiencing in their everyday life. Quite a thick book also, and this is also one that you can get as a download online. And as you can see, it progresses where the reader should then be able to read these short stories, short paragraphs by the end. But still not the one that made it really sink in for us. And you know, moms, many of us has tried or have tried multiple different curriculums. And we want to be wise and careful with all the different resources that we're using, especially when it can be costly. So this top choice that worked the best for us is actually the cheapest one, but was the most effective. And that was just a good old book. Something that draws the attention of your children in, something that has intriguing information. You can individualize it if they like a certain topic. Go ahead, go to the library and grab different resources for topics and genres and interesting things that they really enjoy hearing about. And read it to them, sit with them one on one, and get into the story. Me personally, I love reading the stories and I enjoy them myself. And that enjoyment, that love of reading is contagious. And it will get your children to wanting to pick up that book themselves, look at it, and they're going to be wondering, what is that picture talking about? And they're going to make those connections from the picture to the words. And eventually, they're going to start trying to sound those words out. And they have been sitting next to you, hopefully, nice and comfy, watching you reading, going through the line by line of the story, seeing how the pictures correlate. And just before you know it, one day, as simple as that, it will click. Now, every child is different, but I find that the simple book, the living books that are interesting, intriguing, not dry, drawing the interest in, are the best to get your child reading before you know it. And don't feel pressured and feel like you have to go on anybody's timeline, especially when you're homeschooling. You can do it based on their pace, and you don't have to add handwriting or writing within. Just allow your early readers to enjoy the books, enjoy the stories, and this will have them honestly draw into the book on their own. And you'll see that they're even picking it up when you are not even reading to them, wanting to know and see what's going on in the story, and asking you to read just one more time. Read a little bit more. It is so exciting and one of the most rewarding things to see the transition happen and find that your pre-reader is now a solid reader and, most importantly, able now to understand and learn and even teach themselves from the reading that they are enjoying and obtaining. So, I hope that was helpful for you. Go ahead, grab a good story, build your library, and get on with teaching your children how to read in one of the simplest and cheapest ways that is out there for us. Until next time, I will see you soon. Many blessings. And if you have any comments or ways that you have taught your child to read, leave them in the comments below. I'll see you soon.